Welcome back all of you. This class I am going to discuss about introduction to web services. Different types of web services. Last class we discussed about network security and different threats to network security and different cyber crimes also. Next we can see. Next is another topic not related to this one. Now in this topic what we studied is different types of, see then what are things we studied? Yes, we begin the topic with different threats to internet network security. First one is virus, second one is worms, and the third one is Trojan horse. And one more is there, that is spam. Spam means bulk mail. Unwanted bulk mails are known as spams. These are the different types of threats to network security. And next we studied about cookies. Cookies are the small text file sent by the web server to the web browser. Firewall means it's a protective mechanism of the network or internet which protect both hardware and software. Next we studied different types of filtering done by the firewall. After that we studied about IT Act. IT Act is a primary law in India dealing with cyber crime. Next we studied about cyber law. This law deals with various computer related activities. Cyber crime. Cyber crime means any crime committed over the internet is known as cyber crime. Different cyber crimes are mentioned over there. And next, DOS attack. DOS attack means it is denial of access to resources of a system. Next is IPR issue. IPR means intellectual property right. And next topic is introduction to web services. Here we are going to study certain terms used in web service. Certain terms that is used in web service. First one is World Wide Web. You know that what is WWW, World Wide Web. It is an information service that can be used for sending and receiving information over the internet through interlinked hypertext document. It is an information service that can be used for sending and receiving information over the internet through the hypertext document. Or we can say WWW is a set of programs and protocols that allows the user to create and display multimedia web pages and is linked to the internet. They are the set of programs and protocol that allows the user to create and display multimedia web pages. That is known as WWW. Next, hypertext markup language. That is HTML. Some of you studied in your smaller classes this HTML language. HTML is a language which is used to create web pages. Web pages can be created by using the language HTML. Next is another type of language is extensible markup language. Its short form is XML, extensible markup language. That is also another markup language that allows the user to create their own tags or their own commands and to store data in a structured format. It is another type of markup language which is used to store data in a structured format. Both are used in WWW. Both are used in World Wide Web. Now we can see what is the difference between HTML and XML. Once again recollect what is HTML. HTML is a language which is used to create web pages. Or we can format the web pages. Second one is XML. XML is also another markup language which is used to store data in a structured format. Which is used to store data in a structured format. Now we can see what is the difference between HTML and XML. In HTML, all the tags are predefined. Tag means in HTML, tag means it's commands. Commands in HTML. In Python, we studied a lot of commands. Same way, in HTML, there are a lot of commands are there. The commands are known as tags. In HTML, all the tags are predefined. It is already defined there in the HTML. HTML tags are not case sensitive. HTML tags are not case sensitive. That means you can use these commands either in capital letter or in small letter. These tags are used to create and format web pages. And the fourth point, HTML tags are not compulsory to use closing tag. In HTML tags, there will be opening tag and closing tag is there. In HTML, that closing tag is not compulsory. But in the case of XML, when you compare XML and HTML, XML does not have any predefined commands or it does not have any predefined tags. User can define the tags. Tags are case sensitive. XML tags are case sensitive. XML tags are used to design or to carry data or not to format or display the data. XML tags are used to carry structured data. It is not to display or format the data. Each tag in XML must have a closing tag. XML tag must have both opening tag and closing tag. But in HTML, closing tag is not compulsory. So this is the difference between HTML and XML. And next we can see what is this HTTP, which we studied in last class. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is a protocol which is used to transfer hypertext data over internet. Next, domain name. I think this also you studied in previous class. Domain name means the name of the website. Name of the website is known as domain name. Actually, each website is stored in a particular server. That server has an IP address is there. So it is too difficult to remember the IP address. Instead of using IP address, we are using the domain name there. Domain name is the name of the website. In simple terms, we can say it is the name of the website. To communicate over internet, we have to use an IP address of the computer where the data or information is stored. But it's too difficult to remember the IP address of the computer. So domain name make it to resolve IP address into names. See that you can see one example over there, www.google.com. A domain name consists of two parts are there. One is top level domain and another one is subdomain. Domain name consists of two parts. What is domain name? Domain name means it's the name of the website. So a domain name consists of two parts are there. One is top level domain, another one is subdomain. Top level domain is also known as primary domain. So then here you can see that in www.cbse.dig.in, that is an example I took it over there, that in is known as primary domain and nic is known as subdomain of in and CBSE known as subdomain of nic. That is the way you can define that one. The entire thing is known as www.cbse.nic.in is known as the domain name. That is again subdivided into that in is known as primary domain or top level domain. Next nic is known as the subdomain of in and CBSE is known as the subdomain of nic. Now next we can see the top level domains are categorized into two: generic domain name and country specific domain name. top level domain or primary domain is categorized into two, general domain name or country specific domain name. Generic domain names are, so these are the different types of generic domain. You know that certain sites you can see .com. .com means they are the commercial site. .org, that means they are the non-profitable organization websites. .edu, that means they are the educational sites. So from that generic domain name, we can identify what type of website is that one. And the second type is country specific domain name. Country specific domain name means, see that you saw that cbse.nic.in. That in represent there is a website from India. Country specific domain names are in, AU, CA, CH, in New Zealand, etc. These are the different types of country specific domain name. AU represents an Australian website. So that is country specific domain name. So these are the different categories of top level domain name. Now we can see. So that is all about your domain name. Domain name means it is the name of the website. Next, URL. This term also you studied in last class. URL, Uniform Resource Locator. It is locating the website. It is locating a web page or website. URL include both protocol and domain name. It includes protocol with domain name. Domain name, I told you domain name indicate the IP address of the server where the data is stored. So URL include both domain name and protocol in which it is followed. So that means I can say http://www.cbse.nic.in. That is URL, which consists of protocol is also there. That means HTTP is the protocol. Now we can see what is website. Website means it's a collection of web pages. What do you mean by web page? Each page in a website is known as a web page. What do you mean by home page? The first page which is visible to the website. Website is known as home page. The first page of the website is known as home page. Each page in a website is known as website. These are the basic terms used in internet. Next we can see about what is domain name resolution. DNR. Domain name resolution means it's the process of extracting IP address from domain name. We already studied that what is domain name. So I told you in that time it's all the websites are stored in a web server. That web server must have an IP address is there. So it is too difficult to remember the IP address. So instead of using IP address, we are using the domain name. So from the domain name, we can extract the IP address. The process of extracting domain name, the process of extracting IP address from domain name is known as domain name resolution. Now, you know what do you mean by web page? Web page means each page in a website is known as a web page. Web pages are classified into two types. They are static web page and dynamic web page. There are two types of web pages are there. One is static web page and another one is dynamic web page. Static web page means they are the web page whose content do not change. The content of that type of website is always same. Whenever you visit that website, you can see the same content. But in the case of dynamic web page, the content of the web page will vary. Depends upon the time or depends upon the date. So the content of the website will vary. The content of the information that is stored in that website may vary. That type of websites are known as dynamic web pages. Two types of web pages, static and dynamic. Static web page means the content will be constant always. Its content of that website is not changing. But dynamic web page means its content will be changed depends upon the time. So, for example, you can say Sensex. That website, when you open the Sensex web pages, you can say the content will vary depends upon the time. So that type of web page is known as dynamic web page. Now we can see what is web browser. Everybody know that, everybody using that web browser every day. So web browser means it's a software which is used to access the content from internet. Web browser is a software which is used to access the content from internet. What are the different types of web browsers? That everybody know that I'm not explaining that names. Web browser is a www client that navigate through the www and display the web pages. What is web server? Web server means it is a main computer where all the websites are stored. All the websites and web pages are stored in a computer. That computer is known as web server. So that web server will receive the request from the web client. It receives the request from the web client and it identify the requested web page or identify the requested websites in its memory, and after that it is sent back that website to the web client. There is a process done inside the web server. So web server means it's the main computer where the websites are stored. Web browser means it's a software that helps to access the content from the internet. Next we can see what is web hosting. Web hosting means hosting a website in internet. Hosting a website, the website created by the user. Hosting in internet is known as web hosting. It is a service provided by the company to the users to create a web-based application. So that web company will provide few amount of memory inside the web server. They will provide certain amount of memory to the user to store their data. The websites which are constructed display information of their organization in the form of web pages. So web hosting means hosting a website in web server which will be available in the internet. Next we can see what is web scripting. Web scripting is used for creating web pages to publish them on the internet. It is used to create web pages to publish them on the World Wide Web. Script means it's a list of commands. They are the set of commands embedded in a web page. Script means they are the set of commands embedded in a web page which can be executed either in the client-side computer or in the server-side computer. These scripts can be executed. It is embedded along with the web pages and which can be executed either in the client-side computer or in the web browser, or it can be executed in the web server. The code written for the script may be used by the web server side or client side as per the requirement. That means this script can be executed either in client side computer or there from the server side computer itself. There are two types of scripting languages are there. One is server side scripting language, another one is client side scripting language. In client-side scripting language, the script is executed in the client computer. In server-side scripting language, the script is executed from the server computer itself. After executing, the final product will be sent to the client computer. That is done by the server-side scripting language. Whereas, the client-side scripting language, which will download the script and execute the script inside the client computer itself. After that, it will get an output which will be displayed on the screen. So there is a difference between client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Example for client-side scripting languages are JavaScript and VBScript. Client-side scripting languages are JavaScript and VBScript. Server-side scripting languages are ASP, JSP, PHP. All these are the server-side scripting languages. Now we can see what is the difference between client-side scripting and server-side scripting. You know that client-side scripting means the script is executed in the client computer. Whereas server-side scripting means script is executed from the server computer itself. Now see that this third point, the browser receives the page sent by the server and execute the client-side script here in the client computer. Whereas the script is used to connect to the web database that reside on the web server. In server-side scripting, the script is used to connect to the database which is stored in the server-side computer. Here, this is downloaded here in the client computer, and after that which will be executed from the client computer itself. Now see the fourth point. Client-side scripting can be blocked by the user because scripting executed here in the client computer. So if the user wants, he can block that script. But server-side scripting cannot be blocked by the user because it is executing from the server computer. And see the fifth point. Response from the client-side script is faster because it is executing here in the client computer. But server-side script is slower because it is executed there in the remote location, remote computer. So these are the main difference between client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Once again, in client-side scripting, script is run and execute here in the client computer. But script is run and executed there in the server computer in server-side scripting. Third point, the browser receives the page and sent by the server and which will be downloaded. After that, it executes the script. But in server-side scripting, it is used to connect to the database that reside in the web server. In client-side scripting, scripting can be blocked by the user, which cannot be done in the server-side scripting. Client-side scripting is more faster because scripting executed here in the client computer. But server-side scripting is slower because script is executed there in the remote computer. So these are the main difference between client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Now we can see what is Web 2.0. It is also known as a World Wide Web second generation. World Wide Web for second generation, where the people interact each other by using blogs, wikis, or social networking. Web 2.0 is an added features and application that make web more interactive and easy to provide information to the user. Which consists of Web 2.0 consists of certain additional features, additional applications that make web more interactive to the user to get information. That is Web 2.0. So these are the main terms in the internet related terms. See that these are the main internet related terms. Domain name resolution, extracting IP address from domain name. What is domain name? Name of the website. What is URL? Domain name with protocol is known as URL. Two types of web pages, static web page and dynamic. Static means whose content do not change. Dynamic means whose content can be changed. Web server, web browser. web hosting. Web hosting means hosting a website in a web server is known as web hosting. Web scripting. Scripting means executing that script either there in the client computer or there in the server computer. Script means it's a set of commands which are embedded along with the web pages, which can be executed either in the server side or in the client side computer. Next, we studied about what is the difference between client side scripting and server side scripting. And the next topic, Web 2.0, which is the added features and application that make web more interactive. So these are the main terms used in internet or internet related terms. Okay, children? Okay, thank you. Next class we can study the next topic. Thank you, children, once again.